The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel is a brilliant film, and I have to say the sequel, the second best, is great. I can't quite work out if I prefer the first or the second. I think I prefer the first just because of its, I guess, in innovation. It's a really interesting concept that I'd never seen done before in a film. But all of the personality traits and the things that make the film great are carried across to the sequel. And this was released in 2015, and the reason I was drawn to it initially is because of the amazing best of British cast. Among others, we have Judi Dench, Maggie Smith, Bill Nighy, Penelope Wilton, Celia Imrie, Richard Gere. It's just absolutely sensational. And it's directed by John Madden, screenplay by Al Parker, and follows on from the first film. The description from IMDb is as follows, and I will say this may contain spoilers for the first film if you haven't seen it yet. As the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel has only a single remaining vacancy, posing a rooming predicament for two fresh arrivals, Sonny Kapoor pursues his expansionist dream of opening a second hotel. So it's getting bigger and better, and, well, there may be some new characters introduced to stir things up. Definitely, it's driven by the personalities of the characters. Dev Patel as Sonny Kapoor, brilliant. Maggie Smith as Muriel is definitely one of my favourites. And I think Douglas, played by Bill Nighy, is just a standout. Absolutely brilliant. The narrative itself is interesting because there are a lot of, obviously, problems with building a second hotel. The characters have their own problems and things they need to overcome. Tensions between certain characters. Some get on better than others. But it's just so beautiful to watch these amazing, iconic actors all performing together and just being absolutely incredible. There are only really one or two people missing from this to give us the best of British of that generation. I think they are amazing. It's a pleasure to watch. It's one of those films that is just prime example of what Britain can do with our amazing, talented actors. And it's just a joy, an absolute joy. It's quite funny, it's entertaining, it's dramatic when it needs to be, the pacing's great, it flows very well, the narrative is interesting. I can't imagine what it would be like to be on that set, either as an extra or working on that set. It would have been just incredible. Definitely watch the first film though, because if you haven't seen the first film, I just don't think you'll get the benefit out of the second film with certain character developments and relationships that they have. Definitely worth watching the first film. And the first film is great. I will say I'm glad there's not a third one, despite the fact that I really love this film. And that's because I think it ended on a high. If they did another one, it could get to the stage where they're trying to milk it for more than it's worth. But, I mean, having said that, if they did another one, I would go and see it. But I do love it. It ended on a great note. It's a film that I will come back to again and again. It really is thoroughly enjoyable and one that I'm very happy to recommend.